To be honest, I was shocked. I was really shocked. Like, I had no idea that I would ever become a voice actor. Like, I honestly never expected it. I mean, before I was a voice actor, I was just a simple fan of Sonic X couples. That's all I was. But then, became friends with all the other actors and stuff, and eventually I got the role of Vector, and I was like, wow. I was kind of speechless for a while, but I was excited too. I was really, really excited to test my potential in voice acting. When I was first assigned the role of Vector back in fall of 2016, I can't exactly remember if I think I do remember, like, just at first I was just developing this gravelly sort of voice for Vector, like deep, gravelly, kind of sounding like Batman, like kind of like this, you know. Yeah, at first that's how it was, but then I watched some cutscenes with Vector in a lot of the Sonic games, and eventually I got it to sounding like this. Yeah, so it was kind of rough at first, kind of like a rough draft, like a essay almost. Yeah. Point is, like, it was kind of, yeah, it was rough at first, but then I gradually got into the voice of the character. So yeah, it's kind of like a gradual thing, and it's like pretty much the same for the other characters, you know, Sonic, Eggman, Mephiles, etc. Yeah, for all of them, it started out as kind of rough. I remember with Sonic, I was kind of like trying to get this Ryan Drummond thing going on, but then I thought, nah, and I decided to like keep working on it and try to get a Jason Griffiths sort of tone for it, and so far it's pretty good. Still kind of a work in progress, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. But I'm glad you guys like it, you know. And yeah, like I said, same for all the other characters. Rough at first, but gradually got better. I'm actually pretty comfortable with the characters that I'm assigned to. Like, kind of like how I said with the last question, it kind of took, you know, a little getting used to before being alright with it, you know. So, like I said, it's like a sort of a gradual thing. Like I said for voicing Sonic, like at first I had like a Ryan Drummond voice, you know, but then I kept working with it, and until I could get the proper voice for the character. And at first it wasn't, you know, as comfortable of a voice as I thought it would be. Like I was almost not really straining to get the right voice, but just, you know, kind of like a trial and error thing, you know. But eventually I've gotten to the point so far where I'm pretty comfortable with the voice I have for the character, for Sonic and all the others. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty comfortable with them. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Sorry. The one thing I enjoy about voice acting is just immersing myself into the character, just being the character in general, voicing him, acting out scenes. Because the thing is, when I was a kid, I always loved impersonating other characters from like movies and TV shows and kind of act out the scenes they're in, just kind of mimic their movements and try to impersonate their voices. I always loved doing that. That was a real joy for me as a kid. And doing this, voicing these characters and recording them, for part of a video, for a larger whole. It's just amazing for me. It's a joy. It's a real joy, and I love it so much. I think out of everything we've done so far, my favorite voice acting project would probably have to be the comic dubs, because for a while now, like whenever I read a comic or something similar, for some reason I always like to read the dialogue bubbles that the characters speak, out loud and like in their voices. I don't know why. I just like doing that. It's almost like watching a movie almost, except you're the one voicing the characters and not someone else. So I don't know. There's just something about like looking at the page of the comic and then voicing the characters as you're seeing them in action on the page. I don't know. I just like that kind of thing. And I know it's kind of similar with the other stuff, like say Thumbelina or something, but I don't know, just like looking down on the page, there's just something different about that, at least to me. So yeah, the comic dubs will have to be one of my favorites. Of course, I love the other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do. I just like this as my favorite. One thing that I think I could definitely improve on would probably be like the tone in some of the dialogue I speak, like not the voice tone, but the way I kind of speak the dialogue. Like sometimes I look back on some past recordings and I kind of hear the way I say the way I say some of the lines, and I kind of think of what I could have improved on during that recording, and I kind of take that into mind whenever I work on a new recording, whenever I record my lines. So yeah, I'm always trying to improving, and if there's anything that you guys think I can improve on by listening to me in the videos, feel free to let me know. I'll definitely improve on it if need be. I actually don't plan on taking voice acting as a career. Pretty much what I'm doing right now for Z Sonic X couples, I just see it as a hobby, really. Nothing more. I mean, that would be nice if I could take it as a career, but so far, nah. I don't really have any plans for that. I actually plan on becoming an author, really. So yeah, don't really see myself being a professional voice actor later in life, but you never know, things could take a turn. One thing that I do have to say, if you're ever considering doing voice acting for like a video of yours on YouTube, and you feel kind of nervous about doing so, then all I have to say is, don't hold back. If you really want to take on voice acting, then try to just basically put your best foot forward, bring out your fullest potential, and if you decide that voice acting is not your thing, then that's okay. There's always something out there for everyone. You just have to go out there, find it, and work hard at it.
Well, I have always had a passion for acting. I was actually really looking forward to the whole voice acting thing, and I didn't really expect it to, become a super big part of our group. So like nowadays it's a big part of our group, it's what brought us closer, and I'm really glad. So I was definitely really excited for it. I kind of was a bit nervous because I was like, basically I didn't want to voice Amy at first, so it was like kind of nerve-wracking for me to be Amy because I couldn't voice her back then. Oh yeah, I just answered the second question. Could you voice the characters you were assigned to at the start? Like I said, I couldn't voice Amy at the start. I didn't really sound alike to Amy. It took me about a year to get Amy's voice properly, but I am glad that I've learned her voice now. Also for Cream, because I do voice Cream now, I am slowly getting the voice, but thankfully since I voiced Amy for a long time, I now can voice high-pitched characters, so it's not that hard to voice Cream, but it's just hard to like, you know, just avoid sounding like Amy while being Cream. Well, I am really glad to naturally voice Amy now.
I can just voice Amy so naturally now, and it's like, yeah!
And I'm working on Cream still. Like, Cream is okay to voice, but it is kind of difficult for me to still because it does hurt my throat a little bit, but I'm getting there. And as for Amy, I can just do Amy's voice naturally now. It doesn't hurt at all, and I just love voicing Amy so much. The main thing that I enjoyed about voice acting is the fact that it brought all of us together. Like, we used to like voice act in calls, like Skype calls, really often back then. We don't really do it as much anymore, which is unfortunate, but I hope to do it again at least. Because like, we just had a lot of funny moments together when it comes to voice acting, especially when doing as the Sonic characters or comic dubs in a Skype call. It's just really fun. Like, you just laugh together and you just mess around. We're not the type of voice actors that are just going to be super professional all the time. We just want to have a laugh, and I just feel like it's brought us closer, and I'm just really happy for it because the voice actors, they're all my best friends. I can trust them all. I just love them so much. They're my family. My favorite voice acting project, I don't really know because we did a lot of voice acting projects, and I'm trying to remember which one was my favorite to do. I'm trying to think now. I think I did enjoy doing 12th of July a bit because that's where I improved my acting skills as Amy a lot. So that's something I'm proud of, but I don't know if it's been, I think it was my favorite. I'm not sure. I don't really have a specific favorite, but 12th of July was definitely something I enjoy doing. I think I could try work on more on tones, and also to like definitely make sure I can voice Cream completely different from Amy, and also to like, because I'm gonna have to sing as Cream and Thumbelina at some point, I have to learn that as well. So I want to work more on emotions for voicing as Cream. I think I've got it as Amy. If not, then that's something else I'll have to work on as well. I just want to work on more like developing my character, showing more emotions, and adding a little bit of sound effects for my characters as well. I just plan to do voice acting as a hobby, to be honest. Like, I used to want to do voice acting, well, not voice acting, I used to want to do acting as a career because I did take drama as a GCSE in my school. For anyone who has no idea what GCSE is, like, it's basically a grade thing. It's complicated to explain, but if you're in UK, you understand it. Basically, I took drama as an optional subject to study in school. Unfortunately, I didn't pass drama because our teacher just kept, like, you know, taking off a few months, so we kept having different teachers and we were never taught properly, unfortunately. And as I grew up throughout the school years, I started to have more of a passion to become an editor or so. Like, and now I feel like I want to be a graphic designer for a job, so I don't really look as acting as a job anymore because I don't want to go traveling anywhere, of course. I actually really love my town. I want to stay where I am, and I'm someone who just doesn't like traveling a lot. So I definitely want to do something where I can stay at home, so voice acting won't be a job for me, but it is definitely a hobby that I enjoy doing. my main tips for those out there is like, just do what you want to do. Don't feel forced to do anything. I understand life is hard and we're all gonna go through courses in life, but just don't give up on your dreams. Do what you enjoy doing. You don't have to focus on just one thing to do. You can just do many things. I mean, I write, I voice act, I game, I draw, I edit, etc. I like doing so many things because I enjoy doing it. And anyone can become the character they are. So when it comes to acting, you got to be that character. You just gotta just say to yourself, I am this character. I am the only one who can be this character. So you just gotta have that motivation inside of you if you want to successfully be a good actor. So like, I understand in a situation where it may be hard to act if you're in a very crowded place, etc. But it is best off to try act when you're alone, because that's where you feel more confident and your inner self comes out. So just make sure you know you are the character you are. If you keep that in your head, you will actually do an amazing job acting as that character. Anyone can act. Anyone can be a good actor if you just put effort into it. Just try. Like Zootopia says, try everything. Oh god. You guys are awesome. We love you so much, and I love my voice acting team so much. So thank you so much for supporting us.
My first reaction to being a voice actor was actually pretty excited because, I happened to have been a fan of Sonic at high school, and Amy in Wonderland, and, Faith, and Sonic at Halloween. Okay, so basically I watched the entire series and stuff before I started voice acting, and I loved it, because it was like the only Sonic show I could find on YouTube that wasn't cringe-worthy. So I was very, very excited to get in the group and be a voice actor. I was kind of nervous though, because I didn't think I was that great at Tails at the time, but apparently I was good enough to get accepted, so that's good. I guess I could kind of voice Tails, like, I could make my voice. It wasn't like as good as it is now. I think my Tails voice has definitely improved since I've started, but I think I could voice him back when I started. Oh, I guess that kind of answered the next question. How are you voice acting the character you're assigned to now? Yeah, I can do it. I can do it on a limb, I guess, if that, I don't actually know what that saying means, but I can totally do it now. What I enjoy about voice acting is how much fun it is when you're with all the other voice actors in like a call and you're just trying to get through something, but you guys keep making jokes and stuff. It's just, everyone's so much fun to talk to. It's just awesome. Honest to God, my favorite one has been the Dozen Years comic. That was just the funnest experience ever, just recording that comic. It was one of the first projects I was in. It wasn't the first. The first one I was in an Ask Sonic characters, but it was one of the first. And it was so much fun because we were just all there recording it and laughing, and I had to keep pausing. It was just really fun. That's why there was a lot of off-comic moments and stuff. So yeah. What do you think you could improve on as a voice actor? A lot. Like, I'm always gonna hate the way I sound when I voice act, but that's normal as a voice actor. I don't know, I guess I can improve on Tails' personality. I make him a lot sassier than he is in the show, although Sonic Boom kind of ruined him and made him sassy too, so I guess I'm not that far off. I would love to voice act for a living, honestly. I was voice acting before I was in this group. I still voice act in other projects, mostly Josh's crap, but yeah, I really enjoy voice acting, and it's something I would love to do to get paid for one day. Voice acting wise, my tip would be that voice acting is not doing an impression of a character. It is being the character. You have to figure out your own voice. You have to put emotion into it. You can't just imitate a voice and that's all you can do. You have to be able to say any sentence, do any emotion as that character, and there is always room to improve for that.
Well, I was excited, obviously. voice acting is something I really wanted to do since I was a little baby boy. Well, not a baby boy, like in my elementary school years, because I love cartoons and I love their funny voices. But yeah, given this, being offered this opportunity was a very exciting experience for me. I nutted 5 times. Anyway, yeah, thanks to this, I've met a lot of good people, became friends with them, and yeah, I'm grateful for that. I suck. Well, no, I couldn't, because first of all, there was Silver, right? I don't think I sound as accurate. I don't think she was looking for accuracy anyway. But my biggest concern was, how do I sound like these characters? I had no faith in myself. So basically what I did for Silver, I think I just did my normal voice with the occasional yes, gay as shit. But anyway, and for Shadow I just did like this Batman voice. No parents. All right. So we stuck with it. It worked. People like the voices I do for these assholes, for these people. So just run with it, man. At least I can use this to make fun of the characters. I'm pretty good with it. I don't run into any problems with it. Fine with voicing them. I don't have any problems. I got 99 problems, but this is not one of them. I gotta say, for Shadow it was very hard, because, like I said before, my problem was I didn't sound exactly like the character. I just kept doing this Batman voice and thinking it would work. But, yeah. To me, it didn't work the first time. Like, starting out, to me, it didn't work. But over the years, I just went with it. It just became a part of me, you know? So, this is my headcanon Shadow voice. Same with Silver's voice. He sounds like me. He's just basically my speaking voice. And I'm like, this is my headcanon. I just treat it as a separate headcanon. This is how Silver will sound like. This is how Silver sounds like to me. Sounds like a meme. A spicy meme boy. But yeah, I'm fine with these guys. I enjoy a lot of things about voice acting. Best part about it though is I'm able to be myself. I'm able to go ham. I'm able to take it over the top. I'm able to improv, given the chance. I'm able to do wacky things with my voice when given the chance. And it's fun, because I'm allowed to be myself. No restrictions, besides my mom walking in on me. But aside from that, no restrictions whatsoever. I just gotta get the lines in on time. That's the only thing. But I do that because I'm a good boy. Have I missed a deadline before? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. That's a tough one. I have to say the Archie comic dubs. Those were great. I've been waiting for this moment. As soon as she announced it, like, hey, we're gonna do an Archie dub. And I'm like, sign me up. But yeah, the Archie dubs and the Sonic Forces comic dubs, those were my favorite. I love those. Because not only was it Archie, it's fucking Archie Sonic. But I can see the improvements. Every time I watch those, I can see the improvements I've made over the years. So yeah, they're great. Giving Shadow a consistent voice, because sometimes I make him sound like Kirk Thornton, and the other times I make him sound like Batman. Like seriously, like, you're shoddy craftsmanship, and then sometimes I'm like, yeah, so much for recon, and I'm like, no, what am I doing? Why is it so inconsistent? Why do I sound like a smoker? But yeah, I think that's the #1 thing I could improve on. I know it's not a big deal for most people. They're gonna take it either way. Like, it's not a big deal for most people, but it's a big deal for me because I need a consistent voice, and sometimes I'm not able to pull it off, and I kick myself in the foot. Not literally, but in the foot. What? Yeah, I kicked my other foot. Yeah. Career? Yes. It's a hobby now. Career? Yes. I'm planning that. I want to take voice acting seriously. I'm very, very passionate about it. I don't think the others are very passionate about it, but I am. A lot. One day, I want to fucking go voice in an anime for Funimation or something. Because that's one of my dreams! Anyway, I haven't taken, like, any classes for this type of thing. I'm self-taught, if you want to call it that. I'm self-taught. Self-taught voice actor. But, maybe somewhere down the line, I might go to workshops. Those voice acting classes. Those online classes. I might take a few of those. Get some tips from the best of the best. Because I want to take this further, you know? And, yeah. Voice. Alright, I got a tip for you. For those out there, okay. For those out there, listen to my word. Listen to the word of God. Alright, no. For anyone who wants to be a voice actor, know this. When you're auditioning for projects, 90% of the time, you're not going to get it. As harsh as that may sound, you're not going to get it. Because... And it's not because you probably see you audition for something. Like, somebody else gets cast and you're like, oh, I must suck dick. I used to be like that. I used to believe that I sucked. That's why I wasn't picked. That's not the reason. The reason is, for projects, you gotta go look into the mind of the director. He or she, they have so many auditions to view. They got a lot on their plate. So, they have to pick. It's their opinion. It's their opinion. If they like someone, they're gonna pick someone. So don't get discouraged. It's not because you suck. Maybe you do, I don't know. But it's not it's not because you suck. So if you don't get picked, don't cry about it. Don't whine, don't complain. Just keep going, keep moving forward, keep auditioning for shit. You're bound to get in something. It's alright. Alright? That's my tip of the day. And yeah. I got nothing else to say. Boobies.
I think I was quite nervous when I started voice acting, but also quite excited to be, you know, part of the voice acting team because it just started. And Tara wanted me to try voicing Rouge, so I tried searching clips on YouTube of Rouge talking, and then I tried to do some lines, and I was just really embarrassed because I was doing it on a Skype call with her, and I was obviously quite nervous at the time, but I think now that I'm voice acting her, I'm quite excited every time I get to do it. I don't really feel like I could voice her at the start, because back then my voice is quite high pitched, and I'm not saying it's not high pitched now, but it's lower, so I think I could voice her better than I could at the start. Yeah, at the start my voice is just sort of like, I can do it, but not that well. With Rouge, I think I'm okay. I could use a lot of work though, that's what I think. I think Rouge is the character I can do the most out of my voices. Vanilla I'm not so good at, I need to work on her a lot. Like the high pitched voice, I'm not really good at keeping it up. And Cheese is just, I don't know why I cringe every time I listen to myself doing that. The thing I enjoy about voice acting is that, you know, when I used to record, I used to do it in front of people like Tara and, well, everyone else. And it was quite fun because we used to do our lines together. What I enjoy now about voice acting is just being able to do it. Like, seeing what lines I'm given and, you know, seeing the story or the comic, and it's just really fun to do. It's nice to experiment, really. Like doing the lines over and over again to see what result comes out the best. I really like doing Thumbelina, to be honest. That's the voice acting project that's been my favourite to do so far, because it's quite fun to do and I have more roles. I'm not saying that I should have more roles or anything, but it's nice to have more roles than usual. Even if I think they're a bit cringy sometimes when I do them. But I think Thumbelina is a really fun project because we also get to draw art for it, and it's sort of like a personal thing. Like, we put a lot of hard work into it, mainly Tara as well. I think I could improve on the tone of my voice, definitely, because I don't tend to put that much emotion into the characters I'm speaking as. As you can tell, my voice is quite monotone already, so when I voice act I have to put a lot more effort into it. I think for the comic dub we did recently, I was okay at that, but I still need to, put more emotion into my voice and actually keep up the pitch of my character. Like, keep doing the Rouge voice as like flirty or something. I hope that makes sense. To like keep up the Rouge voice while also trying to sound angry. And sometimes it's quite hard to do that because I just go back to my normal voice. So that's something I could improve on. And I could probably improve on getting a better mic as well. I have never really thought of doing voice acting as a career. I just like doing it as a hobby because I like to help out Tara with her projects. And it's just really fun to do. But I don't think I'd ever take it as a career because I'm not really professional at it. It's just something fun to do. I'd say keep listening to the character that you're supposed to be doing. Say if you want to do Rouge, I say that because that's my main character. Keep listening to voice clips of her and think of how she would sound if you're doing a line. Like say you're reading a line, how would she sound doing it? And then try and imitate it as best as you can. And practice makes perfect, just keep practicing it over and over. It doesn't matter if you don't get it first time. Especially don't use the first try if you think it's really bad. Just keep trying.
That's a clap. Okay. Well, my first reaction to being a voice actor, one word is exciting. I mean, I never expect that for real before, but I have no idea. I mean, I was speechless for facing the fact that I was invited. I invited being a part of the voice act, and that is so amazing. That was a really, really great time for me, for having that, for sure. The characters you were excited at the start, well, I remember that it was from the Thumbelina. I don't know. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, that was my first line that I start about my job being a voice act about Mighty, because Mighty is my favorite, so until now I still enjoy about voicing him. Yeah, like I said before, since I and Mighty have the same similarity, I mean we have same likes, same dislikes, and so on, and it makes me it's such an honor for me for voicing the first time that I'm voicing a character that have much of my soul. I mean, yeah, like I said, same likes, same dislikes, and so on. So that was, so far I really enjoy about voicing him. Well, what do you enjoy about voicing? I think what I enjoy is, well, you try to be a person who you voice. I mean, you need to know about how they act, how they speak, how they talk, how they express their emotion. And yeah, I mean, you need to know a lot about your character that you voicing and that you voice. I mean, yeah, I think that's I enjoy about voice acting. Well, so far I just joined two projects of the Sonic X couple. The first one was the high school. No, not the high school. The Sonic at college, which I voiced Justin. But honestly, I'm not like too much effort for voicing him. So far, I really enjoyed the Thumbelina one because yeah, it's my like this is okay. I don't know how I continue this. So well, I think that what I need to improve is I need to have a lot of materials, like I need to better mix, and also I think I'm not really, because I don't really have like experience about voice acting, and right now I'm still learning about how to do it. I think about the emotion, like the emotion that my character had is the need that I need to improve, because if you don't understand about what is your character's emotion, you don't know how to act, you don't know how to speak, and so on about about your character. So I think that needs to improve for me. Well, to be honest, according to my country, I never heard about like there are lots of voice acting jobs, because I mean like the jobs about the voice acting is not like big. I mean, it's not like trending. So I don't know. So far, I think I'm just taking a voice acting as my hobby. But if someday this job is getting fired in my country, or probably if I had much money, I mean like if God gives me a miracle that I can travel around the world, probably I can take voice acting as part of my jobs, because yeah, doing a voice of some characters is, well, I think, to be honest, it's really fantastic. It's really interest, because I think like you need, this is like part of benefits that you really need to have, like how to speak clearly and how to like feel someone's feels. I think, well, well, yeah, I think that's my explanation about my job. For you guys who wanna like do this hobby, do this voice, do the voice acting, my tips is don't ever give up. Try everything you had. Try to out of your comfort zone. I mean like, yeah, learn, practice, never give up, and always be positive is the tips for not just voice acting, but well, for other things like study and yeah. Okay, this is the moment when Sasko is clueless. I'm very sorry because I'm not really able speaking clearly. So yeah, my tips overall is study, practice, never give up, and keep positive. That's all from me. And yeah, no, it's I'm so awkward for speak this. I'm very sorry. I'm not really like talkable in English, but I'm trying. And yeah, in this third anniversary, I want to say happy anniversary to the Sonic X couple. Wish we luck, and wish you all the fans luck too, because without you all, I think I can being like this, and without fans, I think the Sonic X couple can going through all of this. So I really appreciate about what you all guys doing, and I'm very honored about these things. So thanks a lot, you guys, and have a nice day. See ya. Bye. No. Okay, I repeat myself. Thanks for hearing my voice, and have a nice day, guys. Bye. Okay, that doesn't sound like the as well. Whatever.